But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, but I don't know.
That's kind of weak. All right, we got last thing to do. You know, a lot of things like I shared this with my calculus class, which is I shared a video of the Chinese gala performance with the robotic. I don't know, anybody ever saw it? You want to see it? Yeah. Sure.
Welcome to the next evolution of AI, built right into the AlterX platform. Now, you can bring the power of generative
Yeah, I think I have a lot of input on this, and a lot of time like people don't know why I show certain things. And this is not a propaganda, by the way. Yes, it's produced by CCTV, Chinese something communist TV, but they have a gala performance every year. You can actually YouTube last year's performance versus this year's performance. Basically, is robotic performance, and this is not AI. Trust me, it's not. And they have seen a lot of video. I mean, you watch Speed. Speed actually did a video about. I don't know if Speed did a dance with the
Oh,
yeah
I show me.
yeah actual Speed. So no, let me talk. Let me talk. There's a lot of things like and yes, I must say things I might get canceled, but I don't really care.
You live right now?
Yes.
Okay, we'll pause it real quick.
No.
Because it's evidence.
Huh?
You'll have to go get him, Tiger.
No, it's okay.
You can fight words, but there's evidence.
That's okay. All right. But this is what I will say though. I think what we are doing right now, like what we are doing right now to let's say for example, ICE is catching all those immigrants, and I don't like whether disagree or agree, but I think there's a bigger threat than illegal immigrants. And here's a bigger threat: the robotic. I'm swear they are gonna gunning for your jobs, whether you like it or not. They are gunning for your jobs. It's not the illegal immigrants gonna take your job anymore. It will be robotic the next
I
generation.
disagree. Robots cannot strip as efficiently as
You'd be surprised.
No.
You'd be
My
surprised.
cheeks are natural.
In
My cheeks, 100%.
in 5 more years, I'm gonna say otherwise. Yes.
That's what my is about.
Okay. So one thing I will say is this. Let me talk because one thing I would like to say is this. You guys don't feel like math is important. Some of you guys, but most of you guys are here. You do feel like math is important. That's why you're in this class. But I will say this is where the common enemy is actually is how advanced something is going to get into. Just say, for example, AI and robotic will start taking over your job. Now, if you are not gonna be educated enough, strong, to have a correct foundation to be on one level higher, even you want to work as a labor job like moving boxes, it will be replaced. Now, another things I think United States, like I would say this, I would tell you the truth. Is the truth is if I watch any sports, I usually want the United States to win. I will consider myself more American than Chinese in many perspectives because I've been here actually spent more time on it. So if do I want to watch America to win? Yes. However, we're not putting enough emphasis on math and science education as a whole. In America, we don't put enough foundation to push kids to do math and to do science. I feel like that's missing a lot. And it's really depend on all you guys because when I walk out of this classroom, people shove the toilet and paper towel in the toilet. I cannot rely on those people. No, I cannot because they are actually third world country actually appreciate toilet. Then people in here in the United States don't appreciate toilet when we're supposed to be in first world country. And that's a sad story about this. So you have to understand that for you guys, whether you, and you might feel like I might be like certain thing or certain perspective, I would honestly tell you that we spend more time to catching illegal immigrants, but where we could spend more time on invest on education. Education is much more important. Science, math education is way more popular because that's only way to make America better. Okay, is to focus on educations. Now, I don't care if you cancel me. I don't care. But this is honest truth is how I feel. And I think that applied to both left and right. Okay, that's applied to left and right. So if I were you, I would really start focusing on getting better educated in for science and mathematics. and because you guys are only chance we have. And that says a lot because you guys, because those people are shoving toilet paper in the toilet. You hear Adelina was talking about it, right? She was pissed, right? She was just laughing too. I'm surprised she still can laugh, but I'm surprised that she laughed about it. But I think that's truly amazing about her. Adelina. She's so nice. She's so sweet.
I am the future.
So, you guys, yes, you guys are the future, and you guys, in order for you to be able to do better than China in this perspective, that you guys have to spend more time on this. And not just me, I'm talking to you sincerely because I want us to win, and I consider America as us rather than China. Not saying like I'm not Chinese, but I live more than 30 years in the United States. And for me, like to look at certain things I'm not happy with, and I think about the things should be improving is actually here in this class goes from now on. And whether you left and right, I think this applies to both sides. Okay. So anyway, whatever we're gonna talk about is inverse trig. So what is inverse trig? You guys gotta pay attention. Shh. Do you remember the sine graph? Okay. Shh. The sine graph looked like this, right? Great, no power. All right. The sine graph. Hold on a second. Let me disconnect the thing.
Who wrote on the white?
I don't know. Okay, the sine graph look like. Oops. Hopefully you guys remember the sine graph. It should look like this. There's a point here, there's a point here, there's a point here, there's a point here, and there's a point here, and there's a point here. And the graph should be like something like, my bad, I don't have Apple Pencil.
Are you drawing with your finger?
Yeah.
That looks like a straight line to me. No,
So you know what? Let me try to do better.
Huh?
they may. He's doing the same thing you did.
What straight line?
Okay, so this is a sine graph, right? Here's my question. Do you remember inverse function? What is the one condition for a function to be inverse?
Oh my gosh, that's Mr. Dishwater.
Like switch the X and Y, right?
Oh, you kick you.
Oh no.
Okay, so
You were way nicer than me.
because you say f to the negative 1 power. You never should say f to the negative 1 power. You should say f inverse of x, not f to the negative 1 power. Because,
Get it together. Oh, I tried to learn this.
yes, because f of
That's
negative
like
1
half of
power, then it will look like this, which is not true. This is a bad statement.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, I ruined for American team to win most of the time except I watch ping pong. So that you have to forgive me.
No matter what.
Huh?
We did chess.
We've only had 4 stuff on our team.
Exactly.
All right, so in order for a function to have inverse, you must pass something. And you guys tell me what is it? Raise your hand if you think you do. In order for a function to have inverse function, you must pass something. If you, those of you guys have notes, look, yes. Almost.
Oh, is it
Is what?
The horizontal line check.
Yes, it's a horizontal line test.
Yes!
So
I'm really trying to be funny.
if I do the horizontal line test, am I gonna pass? Am I gonna pass here? No. So what we had to do is we had to do some adjustment. We had to restrict the domain of the original function in order for you to have inverse. Yes.
What is line check?
Horizontal line basically. Okay, so there's two tests. So there's two tests. One test is a test if it can be a function. That's called vertical line test. If you do this, if it intersect once at every single perspective, then this is a function. Okay, so in this case, this is a function. But this cannot have inverse because it failed horizontal line test. Horizontal line test, you hit 2 points. If you hit, anytime you hit 2 points, that means you cannot have a inverse function. However, what you can do, you can take an eraser and start erasing stuff. So start erasing here and start erasing here. And you say, okay, can this function have inverse? No, because this part is still fail. This part still fail. Any part only happen once is automatically fail. Okay, so now I'm gonna restrict to such a way. I'm gonna erase to stop right here. Why do we stop there? Because this one is gonna, at this point, is perfectly fine. And also I'm gonna erase the other side. It's perfectly fine. Now this function can have inverse. So I erase certain part to have inverse. Okay? So I here is gonna give you a inverse here, negative pi over 2 or pi over 2. Now I can have inverse. Now what does inverse function look like, which is inverted? Okay, so it's inverted in such a way that this is a pi over 2 and 1, right? And this is negative pi over 2 and negative 1. So now the inverse function is going to be this way, which is going to go to 1, which is roughly somewhere here. And I really don't know how to draw this, but I'm going to give you a point. It says 1 comma pi over 2. And this is going to be a negative pi over 2, negative 1. Okay, so now this one is going to be something like this. And this is something like this. So this is become the inverse trick, which is the output is restricted between negative pi over 2 to pi over 2.
Isn't it the same thing on the bottom?
What? Oh, this is negative 1. Sorry, you're right. Negative 1, negative pi over 2. Okay, so this is the graph. And now this is the green graph, which is, this is known as a sine. Oops, is known as a sine. My bad. Why is like this? Sine inverse of x. Y equal to sine inverse x. So this is very important. It's from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Now, let's review. Let's see how much you guys remember stuff. Sine of 7 pi over 6. Let's see who I'm gonna call. I am gonna call Yasmin. No, I'm looking for a ratio of sine of 7 pi over 6. So it's a fraction, just in case. So what are you gonna get? If you don't know, you can just say I don't know, and I'll call someone else.
Negative 3 square root of 2 over 2.
Okay, let's ask Justin. What do you think? Don't help her. Let her figure out. And it's okay if you got it wrong.
Negative 1/2.
-1/2 is great. It's excellent job. So 7 pi over 6, Yasmin, if you don't know, that's okay. So it's a unit circle. And it's going to go all the way here. This is 6 pi over 6. And it's going to be slightly more. And this is a triangle that we are doing. So this is a triangle here. This is going to give you a -1/2. This is negative square root of 3 over 2. So if I were to ask you cosine of 7 pi over 6, then you would have told me negative square root 3 over 2. But this one is sine of 7 pi over 6. 7 pi over 6. Okay, so that's going to give you negative 1/2. So with that knowing, that's very, very important. Now, sorry, I forgot one more thing. I need to talk about arc10 as well. So arc10. Do you guys remember the tangent graph? What does the tangent graph look like? Okay, so it has asymptote at where? Which is what? Pi over 2, good. And this is negative pi over 2, good. So this is going to be this, and this is going to be this, right? And this is a function like this. Okay? Now, what is the inverse 10 graph? The inverse 10 graph is going to look like this, which we, surprisingly, we actually use a lot in BC Calc. So it's going to be inverted the other way. So it's going to be a horizontal asymptote this way. And the graph's going to be something like this. So this is a 10 inverse of x graph. Now, where the restriction? This is going to be pi over 2 and negative pi over 2. Again, same thing. It's negative pi over 2. See, this is negative pi over 2. Negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. It's stop, same situation. Yes.
Is the inverse sine and cosine just like a vertical version of the tangent graph, but then if you extend when you cut off?
It's just change orientation. So, you mean inverse sine and the regular sine?
Well, so there's the inverse sine. So there's the regular sine, but then when you cut off the ends to have like a half period, to do the horizontal line sense, and then you do the inverse of that. It looks like the same point as where the tangent graph is.
No, not entirely. Not entirely. So it's not, doesn't look like a tangent graph. So let me show you, in order to do a better job, is one, y equal to sine of x. So y equal to sine of x. Like this. And let's just say y. Again, it's not negative power. Please do not say that. And I really don't want to kick you, but I will. And this is like this. So, but if you restrict it between negative pi over 2, so this is how do I restrict it? To pi over 2. Pi over 2. Now, pi over 2. Oops, my bad. And brace. I don't know why it's missing something. Comma, pi over 2. Something off. Hold on a second. Negative pi over 2 to comma pi over 2. I don't know why it's not restricting it. Wait, hold on. What are you thinking? I don't know what you're thinking. But it doesn't restrict it. But anyway, this is sine inverse graph. And I'll show you what a 10 inverse is.
Wait, mystery, is it because it's in parentheses and not in brackets?
It should be in brace actually. It should be negative pi over 2 and the comma to pi over 2. It should be like this. Okay, click on that. Use parentheses around. Oh, you're right. So let me try that. Thank you. What? It's still not working.
No, I think it's around the restriction.
Restriction's not supposed to be a piece expression must have at least one condition. I don't know what the hell that means.
You know why he doesn't know what it means because it's in English.
Yeah. What does that mean? Anyway, so y equal to I will show you a tan inverse graph like this. So there's still a little bit different.
Not the 10 inverse.
Normal tangent graph, no. Y equal to tan of x. It has a little similarity, but it's not. It's very close, but it's not. Okay, so this is the so some people. So you were saying they are the same. They are not the same. But anyway, this graph is gonna have a horizontal asymptote. So y equal to pi over 2. And you can see that there's a horizontal asymptote here, and the y equal to negative pi over 2. Okay, so that's gonna give you like this. So therefore, this is an inverse trig. Now let's go to cosine graph. So cosine graph, we know start at where? At a peak, right? So peak like this, right? So now if I were to erase some graph, do you think it will help? Can it pass horizontal line test? If I were to erase some graph, do you think it'll pass horizontal line test? How do I erase in such a way where it can pass horizontal line test?
You can't, can you?
You're not gonna have a full series.
If you have to.
So you have to. If there, you get two.
From where to where? If I label this, let's just say this is 0, this is pi over 2, this is a pi, this 3 pi over 2.
Everything in between pi and 0, keep everything on the outside.
Very good job, excellent. So I can erase this part, which is, you say from 0 to pi, right? Do you say that? Or I hear wrong? I thought I hear that. And if I erase this part, so now I can have inverse. So this one, what is between 0 to pi, right? For cosine. So in order to do this, then we're gonna switch that. So I don't know how to exactly how to graph that. So y equal to cosine inverse. So this looks like this one. It looks like this. So again, you see this is between 0 to pi because it stop at y equal to pi. So this one start at y equal to pi. So it stop at y equal to pi. So therefore the graph, I'm gonna try to graph it. This graph is gonna be like something like, if I remember correctly, is this way.
I'd say Jester Mooney on your board.
Jacob Rosnick.
Can I erase that?
Yeah.
Jacob Resnick?
I erase it.
I don't know what I mean. Resnick. Resnick.
We're saying check.
Okay.
You're talking about the same person.
We're talking about the exact same human being.
Y equal to cosine inverse of x. Now, why is this relevant? Because if you can have inverse, there is a restriction. The restriction is going to decide your output. So now we're going to first introduce what's the inverse trig. So in this case, let's talk about what's the inverse trig. So sine inverse of negative half.
Please.
That's Gorber's father.
Hello? Yes.
All right.
Caleb?
Him getting
I don't think I say anything worth to get canceled.
Depends how sensitive whoever asks.
They have to subscribe to me first.
Even when we're down, we're up. What am I, a parabola?
So stupid.
Whenever you say something that you're ready, you can't be 4 to 6 AI generated.
AI generated.
Particularly I.
I want to
What? It's really important right now. All right, so sine inverse of a negative half. So when you have this, it's the same thing as I asked this. So this same notation. So if I don't like sine inverse, I can use arcsine. Arcsine and sine are inverse to each other. So you say, well, what is arcsine as? Well, we know the sine is usually involved with y value. Right? So that means inside the unit circle, when y value, that means when y value in the unit circle what is the radian in angle? Okay, so this, it means when you have sine, right, usually involve y. Does that make sense? Every time we talk about sine, we think about y, right? So this means involve the y value. Now, so when y value is in the unit circle, what is the radian? So it's asking question backward. So the way I kind of told people is this: unit circle is ask you like to know the circle. So in this case, it's like same thing is telling you like multiplication table. So multiplication table. So it's asking like says, okay, you write down like 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, and etc. So in terms of the next one, exact value is asking you tangent of pi over 3. So first multiplication is asking what's 3 times 7. You do not need to do 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4. You don't want to list down everything. I just wanted 3 times 7. So in terms of inverse trig, then it's going to be involved with, okay, arcsine of negative half. So what does that mean? That means in terms of this side, it says, okay, 42 is equal to what times 7? Right? What number times 7 equal to 42? So it has some type of restriction. So it's going backward. Ask the question backward. So what will be arcsine of negative half? But you got to make sure within the sine inverse range, which is also sine of x domain. So they are the same thing. So it has to be within that. So what will be arcsine of negative half? 7 pi over 6 is a great answer, but it's not correct. But it's a great answer. Can you give me another answer? Is it even slightly better? Who says what? Negative pi over 6 is excellent answer. This is actually correct answer. It's actually negative pi over 6. Now, you're going to be like, wait, what does that mean? This means this. If you have a circle like this, right? And hey, I know that Luke says at 7 pi over 6, it's going to give you negative half. He's not wrong. But the problem, there's a restriction right here. This is like an electric fence at negative, this is a pi over 2 and negative pi over 2. So you cannot pass that. So imagine how we draw angle. That's why it's important that you know how to draw angle. You're going to die here before you get here, right? So you don't want to die. And if you don't want to die, there's other location that's going to be right here, which is at first it might seem like it's 11 pi over 6. But 11 pi over 6 is a bad idea as well. That means you're going to go here and you die twice and before you got here. So there's got to be a better way to get there. The better way to get there is going here. It's like, hey, I'm going to ask you to drive to, I'm going to ask you to go to California. And then you says, hey, I am gonna go to California, but I'm gonna swim from here to Cape Town, and from Cape Town to India, from India to Taiwan, and then Taiwan to Hawaii, and then Hawaii to California. But that's a bad way to go to
So you're just gonna go.
California. I could have just walked east or walk west. Walk west. I would have get to California way before you died like 10 times. Okay, because you're gonna die by shark or whatever. So it's much easier. Can I just go? So can I just go into this direction to get to 11 pi over 6, but it's going to be safe because your answer is going to be negative pi over 6.
It's inverse, right?
Yeah, inverse. This only inverse works. So now you're going to check out what is 10 inverse of negative square root 3. So can you tell me what is a 10 inverse of negative root 3? Raise your hand. Don't shout it. Don't shout it. I just need to see who's got an answer, and I'm going to call you. But raise your hand if you think you know. What's 10 inverse of negative root 3? If you don't know the answer, raise your hand. If you don't know the answer. If you don't know the answer.
Can I guess?
If you know the answer, raise your hand.
Wait, can I guess?
Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
Is it 7 pi over 4?
No, it's not 7 pi over 4. Okay, look.
Negative pi over 3.
Negative pi over 3 is excellent. That's the right answer. Now, how do we get the value? I remember I told you guys the tangent. Remember 3 spots, and those spots is on the first quadrant. So tangent of pi over 4 is equal to 1 because you have sine of pi over 4 over cosine of pi over 4. Is that okay? Devin, wake up. And here it's going to be tangent of pi over 6. Well, tangent of pi over 6 is equal to sine of pi over 6 over cosine of pi over 6. So I don't want to work out. I want you to memorize this. If you memorize it, your life is going to be a lot easier. Square root 3 over 3. And tangent of pi over 3 is equal to square root 3. So guess what? The tan inverse is between pi over 2 and pi over 2. Negative pi over 2, which is this 2 quadrant. Is that okay? So the only way to get square root 3 is going to be in term pi over 3. So therefore, the answer is going to be negative pi over 3 because you want to go right here. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, let's ask you a couple questions. That's you ask you, hey, do you know what is sine inverse of negative root 2 over 2? Write down in your paper, and then you can check with each other, but what's sine inverse of negative root 2 over 2? Yeah. Okay, Robert, can you tell me what you understand? What is the answer? Negative pi over 4 is excellent answer. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this inverse trig. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna do some question that you might feel like it's out of your range. Let's go with C. Let's go with C. C. It's not as bad as you think. It's not as bad as you think. Start from inside out. It's growth mindset. You guys need to have growth mindset. Let's start with what you know first. And start what you know is inside function first. And you start with evaluate inside function, then you evaluate outside function. C is going to be one of the question. So it's asking two questions at once. Do the inside first. All right. Start with what you know. A lot of time people say, "Oh my God, I never seen this. My life's over." No. The mentality is like, look at what you know. Always look at the portion that you know. So this is a portion that you know, right? So what is the answer for 10 inverse of negative square root of 3 over 3? Negative pi over 6. So that's going to be negative pi over 6. Then that's going to be 1 over cosine of negative pi over 6, right? So that means 1 over square root of 3 over 2, right? So it'll be 2 over root 3. And you can rationalize it. So it'll be 2 root 3 over 3. So 2 root 3 over 3. Good job. Good job, Leo.
Yeah, she called me back. I was looking for David.
Huh? You want me to call you which way?
Call me David.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Which way you want me to call you?
Leo. I prefer Leo.
Okay,
I've never
okay.
called David in my life.
I'm sorry.
That's not true. I called him that. And I don't listen to you. And you act like a little girl about it. Like a little girlish.
Okay. Shh. K. Question K is also another hard one. K. K is a hard one because people tended to do a mistake because they're lazy. They lazy, they think sine inverse of sine can cancel, but they don't cancel because they actually start from the inside out. So we're gonna do K. Start from the inside, work your way outside. Start inside first. What is sine inverse of 7 pi, negative 7 pi over 6? Be careful with this one though. What's the sine of negative 7 pi over 6? Positive 1/2. It's gonna be 1/2. Good. So because it's going this way to the 6 pi over 7. 7 pi over 6, and it's this way, so the 7 pi over 6. So this is gonna be positive 1/2. So that means it's asking sine inverse of 1/2. So what will be the answer? Pi over 6. Pi over 6. Okay, is this okay?
Why is it 5/6?
Hold on, let me go back again. Okay, we're gonna go through one more questions here. Sine inverse of negative 3 over 5 and cosine of this. Listen to this. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's very easy. So we start with the checking system. What do we check? We put a check on the right quadrant. What is sine inverse? Which two quadrant is sine inverse? Not 1 and 2. Not 1 and 3. 1 and 4. Thank you. Okay. What happens? Sine inverse is negative. Has to be fourth. So you can draw a right triangle. This one is going to be negative 3. This one's 5. Because that's hypotenuse. We know this is positive 4 because Pythagorean identity. So they are asking this, right? Because this, remember, this is the angle. So it's asking cosine of an angle. What is cosine of angle? Cosine of angle is 4 over 5. So the answer is 4 over 5. Because this is going to give you an angle. Because anytime you have sine inverse, it's going to give you some type of angle. But you have cosine of an angle, it's going to give you back the ratio. So your homework is everything done to all the way here.
Oh, yeah.
It's not hard. Now, I want you to cross out these two questions. The M, N, because those are hard. If you are thinking you're advanced, you can do those questions. Be my guest. Also, this one too, E. So these three questions, you cross it out. Everything is all fair game.
I didn't get much sleep last night. I know what to do that.
Actually, you've done that. That's crazy. I'm off my a lot. End the stream.
Oh yeah, thank you. You understand this or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over with Paul.
No, do it here.
Because she's at